Eso no lo vayan a hacer si no tienen experiencia.
Alright, so we're gonna get right into it. We're gonna go ahead and grab our 5 guard with the lever closed and knock down his hair. And you want to make sure before you start knocking it down that you have it all combed through and combed, just to make sure that it's
Está empezando con la 5, ¿no? Palanca cerrada.
Combing to make sure, you know, that I lay it down in its natural direction. And now we're gonna get into the taper. So I'm gonna go ahead and close my lever all the way and set in my...
Entonces primero le pasó la número 5 cerrada en toda la parte de arriba. Ahora está con la 0.
So I'm gonna go ahead and close my lever all the way
y va a marcar la línea guía, pues.
And the reason I'm coming in with my clipper closed instead of my trimmer is because it's gonna make getting rid of that first line a lot easier.
Easy, muy fácil, que no sé qué, bla bla bla.
And now for the next step, we're gonna go with the lever all the way open.
Ahora palanca abierta.
Width here, and that's equivalent to a full inch. And I want to continue to maintain that straight across shape that I made with my initial line. You're gonna see me go halfway with the lever, and this is pretty much
la dejo un poquito abajo, un poquito abierta.
And that's the reason I
para borrar la línea de la 0
instead of the trimmer, and that's because it just, you know, gets through this part super quick. After we get rid of that line, we're gonna follow it up with our 1 guard lever all the way open. And again, we're going up about 1 inch here. And you see me really exaggerate that flick on motion, and that's because I don't want to make this line too harsh. I want to make it easy to blend out. And I'm making sure with this 1 guard that I'm not going into that occipital bone, which is the part that sticks out in the back of his head. It just looks funny. And now right above that 1 guard, I'm
gonna número 2 palanca abierta también.
And with this, I'm not trying to create a line. I'm more so trying to blend into that 5.
1 abierta, ahora 2 abierta para borrar esta línea de aquí de la 1. Más tarde agarra la 1.5. Easy money, baby.
As best as I can, right? But obviously there's gonna be a faint line there. I just want to make sure that it's not harsh. And now to get rid of that line in between the 1 open and the 2
ahora la
guard,
guía 1.5 palanca abierta
all the way open,
para pasarla en la misma línea
that line, and if open doesn't doing the job, I'll
de
go
la
ahead and
1
close that
palanca abierta
until we get rid of this
y la
line.
vas cerrando a poquito hasta que ya se
The back
borre.
of the neck can be difficult to blend because of all the indentations and crevices back there, so you want to make sure you know that you go over areas multiple times and that you're using a lot of the corner of the blade. But as you can see, that 1.5 isn't really getting rid of it fully, so you will see me follow it up with the 1 guard again. So right there, I went ahead and closed that lever. Now before I follow it up with the 1 guard's detail, I'm just gonna get into the
Se va a borrar la línea de la 0 alta
all the way open.
Y la hacer con la palanca abierta.
And I'm starting open, and then I'll gradually close the lever as so. And the reason I start off
va a hacer lo mismo, la va a ir cerrando de a poquito hasta que ya se borre.
Put it back on. So I want to start safe with the lever all the way open and then gradually move closed, right? And as you can see, as we continue to do that, this line is getting nice and blended out.
Fácil, ¿no?
And then it'll just be a matter of detailing and blending into that 5 a little better.
Fácil, fácil, fácil.
And that taper is coming together, but now it's a blend into the length, you know, on the top.
Con la guía número 3 palanca abierta para borrar la línea de la guía número 2.
And this 3 guard isn't really gonna make a line because the lengths are so similar. So I'm kind of just coming off the shape of his head, you know, not trying to make a line on purpose.
Siempre empieza con la palanca abierta y luego la va cerrando para borrar las líneas.
Now for the bottom, we're gonna bot it out with our trimmer. And with the trimmer, you kind of want to, you know, just go into where we left off with
Miren
the
eso
clipper,
como se ve
and not go up too high
limpio.
to create another line. But when we bought it out, you can see how this taper really has come together.
Fácil esa técnica también, en serio.
And then we're gonna follow it up with the shaver
to get nice
la
misma
skin and really make that taper pop.
Que les enseñé.
And so far, I can tell, you know, the direction this haircut is heading, that this is gonna be fire. So that is the neck taper. I'm just making sure that it's nice and close to the skin on the back. And we're gonna do the same exact steps. So we're gonna come in with our lever closed, and we're starting right where the eyebrow ends, and then we're gonna connect that to where the ear connects to the head. And we're gonna give it kind of a burst shape
Va a
because
ser
we
un
want to keep the
taper.
edges dark so that
¿Ves? Un
lineup can
taper,
pop
un low taper.
and maintain that burst kind of shape. But with the side, we're not really gonna do a full inch because we don't have as much, canvas or surface area to work with. So we're going up just a little bit. And then to get rid of the line in between, I'm coming in halfway with the lever, and that should pretty much get rid of that first line.
Ah, no, un low taper no, un mid, o sea, un taper medio.
Now I'm just detailing, making sure that it's nice and blended out. And then just like the back, we're gonna come in with our one guard, lever all the way open. And again, you want to make sure that you maintain that
Hay que
shape and don't
prestarle
go straight across.
atención a esos pasos, verán que
And this is
fácil.
really just gonna preserve the, the shade of darkness on his lineup area, which when we line it up is really gonna make that taper like stand out and pop out. And now to get rid of that line in between, as you could
Ya
guess,
media
it's the half
palanca
guard lever
abierta.
all the way open.
Exacto.
And I'm really utilizing the corner
van
of the blade on
cerrando
the
a
side
poquito
because
hasta que
it's
se
such
borre.
a small area to work with. And I want to make sure that I don't take off too much hair.
Ah, miren, y también que lo hizo en
So I'm just
curva,
playing
¿no?
with the lever, trying to get rid of
Ya
it as
como
best as I can. And now we're gonna come in with our two guard lever all the way open.
Sería como un burst taper,
And not
algo
trying
así
to
más o
create
menos.
too much. And I will admit on this step, I kind of go too high with that two guard, but I will show you guys how to kind of save it. You know what I'm saying? So this is a 1.5 right under that two guard open. So we're coming in 1.5.
Ahí es para
open,
borrar
and
la
we'll
línea
gradually
de la
close that
1,
lever as
palanca
needed.
abierta.
And that's it, guys. You pretty much follow a system and then perfect that system, right? And that's how you can get a nice blend every single time without getting lost. And now we're going to use the lever all the way open with the corner.
Eso no lo vayan a hacer si no tienen experiencia. Ahí es mejor con la guía media, hacen eso. Eso sí lo hace alguien que ya tenga más
of the blade.
experiencia.
And this is really going to allow me to detail and make that taper look fluid and blended out. And now we're going to come in with our one and just detail some more. And that's really where the blend comes together, is in the detail. And now we're using our trimmer to bot out the
Estoy entre
bottom.
la trimmer Babyliss y en
Make it
combo
look a little
de
more finished.
gama
Follow it
que
up with
hay,
the shaver
que
for that
viene la
polish,
Hitler
to
y
the
la
skin
Alpha.
look.
Uf. No,
And now to blend into the length on the sides better, because I did say I went too
Es que
high
a
with
mí
that
la-
shoe guard. I'm doing some clip row over comb with my lever all the way open on my Rebels. And that should blend
No, el
into the
mejor el
sides a
combo.
lot better.
mejor el combo.
As you can see, man,
Pero
that
es
side
que la
taper is
Babyliss, la
fire.
trimmer va sola. O sea, esa
Now we're
trimmer
gonna
va
line up,
sola, sola,
around his
sola.
ear and the
Esta
nape
que
area. So I
está
want to start
utilizando
at
él.
the top of his ear because I want to make sure that I don't take that area up too high.
Saludos,
So I'm gonna
Jantris.
start at the top and then I'm gonna move my way towards the bottom. Trying to keep this nape line as natural as possible without digging into it too much. And this is really gonna act as a framework to the haircut and really bring out that blend and any imperfections that I might need to go back in detail. As you can see, I did the other side, I forgot to record. And now to get into the middle lineup,
Está
we're gonna start
brutal
in
ese
the middle
corte.
and then move
¿Pa
towards
qué?
his left or right side. In this case, his right side. And he has a lot of overgrowth in his corners, so this is not a pushback. In order to make his hairline straight and last, I need to, go into it a little bit and get rid of those bangs. So I started in the middle and moved towards his right side.
Do
The
not
arch, I wanna
push
start
it.
at the top of the
Do
arch,
not push
and
it.
go
Do
to the
you
bottom,
right.
and those 2 points in the middle.
You look little
And
mirror.
as you can see, since we kept that, corner dark, it makes the taper and the lineup look super sharp. But now we're gonna move towards his left
Sino que la
side.
trimmer
And we're gonna
Babyliss
even it out
se
with
pela
his
muy
right side.
fácil. ¿Ah?
So, as I said, those are all bangs in his corners. Those are not pushbacks. That is not a pushback. I mean, those are
sea,
bangs.
se le
so
va
we
el
need to
color
cut
de
those
la-
off in order to
del
have a
manguito.
symmetrical
Se le va muy
hairline.
fácil.
And now we're gonna line up his arch. And now we are gonna add some enhancement to darken up his lineup just a little bit. And this is really
Ahora
gonna
viene la
darken up his
magia,
edges,
la
make that
magia
taper
del
pop, the
tinte.
haircut look a little more Instagram quality. But this is just my airbrush with Kiss Express and alcohol mix. And now we're gonna hit it with the razor. And when using the razor, you wanna make sure that you're stretching the skin in the opposite direction of which you are using the razor. And this is just gonna get rid of all those hairs that the trimmer could not quite get and make that hairline super sharp. Now we're gonna hand our client the mirror, see how he feels. He's looking super clean.
No, le metió brutal. ¿Pa qué?
I think he's satisfied as well. He gives a little head nod, yes sir. But this is the before and this is the after. Family, subscribe button.
Uf,
And drop a comment down below. Let me know what you thought about this haircut. But again,
le metió durísimo. Del 1 al 10, ¿cuánto le dan? Yo le doy 10.